My name is Judge, and welcome to episode number 28 of my YouTube exclusive arena series. Last week did not go super well. It didn't go great. We could have, we've had better runs, which just means we have tons of room for improvement this week with our second dual class run. Now, I bet at the time this video comes out, we've been living in mono class meta once again for a little bit of time. I hope that's going well. I'm in the past here. I hope that's going well, and I hope it's going a little better than what the dual class experience was, which, if you saw the last video and you heard me rant there, has not been super great. But all it takes is one lucky draft. One lucky draft, and we could have something beautiful on our hands. Most of what I've seen in dual class has just been neutral, boring garbage. And that's why today we're gonna show you what else it can be, like 5% of the time when you actually find a good deck. Might be going back to regular arena for next week, just because it hasn't been super interesting, this dual class meta. So let's get into it. Get one of the very few but existing interesting ones. Maybe we'll get a legendary. Maybe we'll just draft a nice I don't know, maybe Goliath, Sneed's Masterpiece. Let's get in there and see what is in store for us today. Be kind to me. Come on, I need at least, oh, there's Priest. Priest is a very, very good main hero. We need at least one good run here. Priest Paladin. And we chose Paladin Hero Power last week. Could do like Priest Shaman. Totems are not necessarily super good, but Shaman and Priest are both very high win rates right now. Maybe just to switch it up. To be fair, I really didn't get that many Paladin class cards. Right? Like, I got Vine Cleaver, and that was cool. Now let's go Shaman. Let's go Shaman. It's a strong hero right now. Both of these are. Rogues not so much, but both of these are quite high. Let's switch it up here and get another combo in. Totems, Priest Totems, let's go. Show me the good cards. Jades. Bone Drake can give you some pretty good dragons, but 6 mana 6/5 is tough. I think this is a fun card, or at least it can be. But I don't think I take it over a Jade Claws, right? We need to do some winning. It's a good card. Don't get me wrong, it's a good card. Adding a Ysera to your hand is pretty good. I think I will take the Jade early on though as a Shaman. Okay. How many elementals are in Shaman right now? A couple. Like, this could actually be okay. Shaman also likes Champion. I feel like we take the non-conditional one first. Hex, wow. Look at that. Hard removal. We're popping off here. We love that. Let's go. This deck is looking nuts. We got a Hex. Stoneskin Basilisk, sure. Guardian Og is great. Twilight Deceptor, interesting. That card is quite good as well. No shadow spells yet. You gotta guess you're gonna get some with Priest. Still probably not as good as Guardian Og, though. There's a shadow spell. Discover your Hex. Honestly, like, just based on how many neutral cards we got in the last run and kind of all meta, I kind of just want some spells just to spice things up a little bit. Like, we're gonna get a ton of neutral stuff down the line anyway, more than likely. I think we can go for Thrive. Keep our eye out for some nice spells here. Fire Ellie is amazing. Yep. Bone Dad? Oh my god. Bony Pony? Bone Mare is nuts. Florist in Shaman is quite good. We'll keep our eye out for some more spells. Potion of Madness. There's where your 2/3, your Shadow, whatever that was earlier, draw a Shadow spell, comes in clutch. Great card. Faceless Rager is better than Trash, so we should probably go with it. Shadowword Ruin? I mean, again, up against Trash, so sure. Okay. Right on. Another Florist. Our Hex is going to be dirt cheap. Ultra Sword to give your opponent's Galactic Glutton +1/+1. Okay, Frost Rider's good. Elven Archer is okay. Best to go with the Hog here over Void Shard. Galactic Glutton, eat up some beasts. Is there Evolve? Is there an Evolve thing in? Maybe Mutate? Better grab the Glutton, really, really strong. Copycat, oh, that's cool. I haven't gotten that card yet. This is a first. Copycat, Battlecry, add a copy of the next card your opponent plays to your hand. That's awesome. Very, very cool. Thank you. Our spawn is also very good. Okay. If you're holding a Shadow Spell, deal 2 damage. That's quite good if I'm holding a Shadow Spell. Potion of Madness. Thrive in the shadows. Shadow Word Ruin, I'd say that's worth going for. City Architect, sure. Cabal Talon Priest, another first that I've seen this meta. Excellent. Take it over the Rocket. More Shadow. Shadow or Death. 4 mana, 4/7 is very strong. Whoa! We did it! We got a legendary. Nice Alex finisher. Seems good. Oh, look at that. Alistraza, get in here. 2-drop over Garb. Probably a Scribe over a Hydra. 3 more picks here. Freeze Girl is good. Stormwind Guard is great. And probably don't need any more 2s and 3s. Just take another 5. Clean up some Tar Creepers. Okay. So this deck looks a lot better than the one we had with our Rogue Paladin last week. We hit Marspawn. We got, Talon Priest and also the Henchclan Shadequill are very, very strong tempo cards. We have a Copycat, which is fun. Got a few more spells. Potion of Madness is great. We're missing AoE, which is a big one. Lots of AoE out there. So if you get hit by it, you can have a tough time redeveloping. We got some late game threats. I would say this deck is going to do better than the Rogue Paladin, but it's definitely missing some... It's good. It's good, but again, when you see this kind of decks that are 7+ right now, it's bananas. It's insane how good those are. And we do have a lot of fill-in-the-blank neutral stuff that those kinds of decks don't have, but I think that this deck is definitely a lot better than what we had last time. So let's get in there, see if we can, discover some stuff with Marspawn, play some nice Copycats, hopefully have some fun on our way to who knows what. No deep runs, no Pandarins, and those are kind of like real critical cards right now. So I don't know. I think it'll still be tough, but it's definitely a better deck than last time. Got some big stats on the Talon Priest and Shadequill, which is nice. Ocean of Madness keep. I can keep an Archer, I guess. What is it? There's a good what is it killer, right? Got finishers and Bone Mare and Alex. Like, that's nice to see. Ooh. Ooh, yeah, we'll take that. What do you got for me? Conjurer's Calling? Yes, please. That's mine. RNGesus smiling on us today? Got a nice random Flame Strike for our opponent. That seems good. And a tap on 3. Could use maybe a Copycat here. Come on. Thrive in the Shadows. Anything we want to see right now? Not really. I just tempo this, I guess. I guess, not super great. Boop, boop, boop. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, the 2 cards that I said were really impactful right now and really important to draft. Okay, we got the random Flame Strike. We got some big threats, but those are 2 very scary things. Perfect top deck for us. Nice. That's rather large, but I'd rather see a 4-mana 8/8. Like, literally, a straight-up 4-mana 8/8 would probably have a lower win rate than Sneed's. Like, we're okay to see that in comparison. Is it still going to beat us? Oh, I mean, maybe. Probably. But It's definitely not as good as Sneed's. Okay, just make this slightly larger. Wait, Shadow or Death, what am I doing? Is it probably going to beat us? Not a chance. I got Shadow or Death. Hello? Hello? This is the advantage of drafting very few spells, right? Your Thrive in the Shadows is going to be stronger. Fun fact, this is the same coffee as I was drinking in last week's video. That's how quick last week's video was. Okay. Eat the beast. And grab a healing totem. And we are looking pretty good. It feels good. Again, I'm playing this deck right after the Rogue Paladin, and it just already, like, feels so much better. Now, that's obviously very rude, but it just feels so much better. Not saying it's a good deck. Not saying it's a good deck, necessarily. Or a great deck, but it's a lot better than last week, and that just... It's a weight off. It was a tough one to play last time. So Fallen Hero does not have super great synergy when you have Warlock Hero Power. It's an odd choice, honestly. This is one of the examples I think I was talking about in last week's video where we had the Envenom weapon offered with no weapon. It's how you can see what normally is a very good card. What is that? And let's get out of here. And just snap take it even when it's not good with your particular combination. Okay, what's going on here? That's it. That's cheap. I love it. Active Dark Portal. Oh, beautiful. That is gorgeous. All right, so we have this anytime.
Look, you and me on the trail.
Don't think it's going to be necessary now, though.
All right, now, Glenn.
I think we'll do this.
Never felt that before.
Living high on the hog. Get rid of those pesky taunts and keep a lot of stats on the board. So we didn't see Sneeds from Deep Run. What's in the Pandaren? Power of Creation, Conjurer's Calling are both in right now. Oh. Oh. Oh, good. I was hoping they'd play Defile. All right, our board has been obliterated, so that's not super good. Let's get our board back and get ready to push as much of the dome, and I feel like this Alex wants to go face. Let's get Shadowward Ruin. Yep, good Ruin. Play this to the Architect, just start getting back to work on that armor. Hope they don't have more AoE, and see if Alex can't finish this thing. I'm really looking forward to playing that Copycat. I mean, you can play around it a little bit, but 3-mana 3/4 added something to your hand. It's really nice. It's a really nice card. Multicaster for 3, that's awesome. That's super strong. Very cool. I like this card a lot. I like the design of this card a lot. Even if it does destroy my hopes and dreams. Okay, good, good. Wow. Remember what I said about everyone having AoE and AoE being very important? Volcanic Potion and Defile, just kind of like, without those, we win. And with those in existence, we're looking like we're in a really bad spot, right? We just don't have it. Nice Hex target. Oh, jeez. Give me Conjurers? This has to go face. We're not winning if this doesn't go face. Not a chance. We have Fire Ellie, we have Bone Mare, and maybe they will screw up somehow. Could I Hex anything? Honestly. They could trade, bump. I feel like I don't. I feel like I only want a Hex if they conjures one of these into a taunt. That's a really good totem roll. Really good totem roll. Okay, they do play around the the Copycat. They know how it works. Now we'll see if they get addicted to Conjurer's Calling or if they want to remove power. So they do remove as much power as possible, which is why is when I'm going to kill you. And the Conjurers gets no taunt. And I would take a Fire Alley or a Bone Mare off the top here. Come on. All right. Well, there's one. I think there's one play? Right, maybe there's two plays. I'm definitely hexing this. How much damage can I deal here? Guardian Og would be great. Marspawn would be great. I have a lot of great top decks. I think the play is face. Face. And then Hex. And it's always the Hex on the lifesteal there. Forget the Cairn. We're only winning if we get lethal in the next draw or two. And I can't have them healing. Fire Elemental. Maybe Bone Mare. Bone Mare even on a totem could be something. But Fire Elemental, Marspawn, Guardian Og Merchant. All would be great. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, now Fire Elemental, Marspawn. Or we lose. Okay, that makes us stay alive at the very least. In theory. They need just hard removal and they win. That's not enough removal. They still need... Oh, actually, that's... What are they? 2 off? That's spell damage plus 2. That's spell damage plus 2, so we should have been alive still by 2. Interesting that they use that to the face and not on the minion. Right? They trade off into the minion. Okay, Marspawn's no good anymore, so let's see that Fire Alley like a pro. Defias Leopard, that'll do. Nice. Good. It's funny because it seems in so many of these losses, like we're playing to our outs, right? Like we're playing to our outs. Our opponent has tons of AoE, Conjurer's Calling, you know, really, really good stuff. It seems like in like 3 of our 4 losses in the last video and a bit have all been, we have had chances to win with top decks. Obviously, odds are you don't top deck Fire Alley, but just interesting that with just a bit of good RNG, these runs could be going a little bit differently. Okay, again, another. That random Dragon Fire potion won them the game too, right? Even if they get Fell Fire, they still are going to end up dying. Okay, coin Frost Rider into Talon Priest is some crazy tempo. Let's see what Moon Hooch 9 has to offer us. Okay. Lots of stats coming in if we can keep the 3s alive when they come out. Okay, first up, Frost Rider. Get in there. Big Chungus 3-drop. Alright, just get some stats rolling with the Cabal. Ooh, never mind. Never mind. Get in there. Holy Nova. Now I actually have some AoE. Power Infusion's fine too, but considering this on the board here, I think the Nova is going to be better to hold on to. Only AoE we have access to, so let's not turn that down. A nice Swashbuckler, fun card. Totemic Reflection from Swarsh. That's pretty funny. Obviously not nearly as good in a Warrior Rogue. But we'll just do this and grab the board back with a Nova. Top deck Shadow Spell, come into Defias and Town Priest. Mayhaps. No fair, that's my move. Forge of Souls, and it does draw 2 weapons. I hope they're both the Molten one, right? I knew we were going to top deck that. Freaking knew it. That's really strong. Coming into Fire Ellie. Molten Blade into... what could win them the game? Okay, so that was a drafted Cutlass. Not a Molten Blade. What else? Second weapon?
I have things you never knew you wanted.
Panda with Warrior? Could be like Warp. Is Warpath in? I want to say Warpath? Wait, is Warpath in? Maybe it isn't. Brawl definitely is. Could be looking for a Brawl. Okay, and then just a 3-mana 2/5. So I have a really nice... I mean, I've got a Fire Ellie. Do I really want to run into the 2/5, though, and lose one of these? I could just use it for 2 damage. Or I could just do this and ignore that altogether. Do something like this. A little bit of an awkward set of stats for our opponent to deal with a 2/5. Leave it alone. Assassinate. 3-mana Assassinate, of course. The discount coming in from the weapon's tradable effect. Solid buff. Hey, Annoyatron, get the heck out of my kitchen. Get out of my way. I don't know if I think I can do better with the Fire Ellie. I think I just want to do this, this, this. Freeze. They still have a weapon. Let's see what we get from the totem first, then, before I decide what to freeze. Healing? In that case, I think I'm going to do this. Because the 2-1 doesn't really have anywhere great to go. It goes into the healing totem, sure, it's already done its work, right? If it didn't hit healing or taunt, then I freeze the 2-1 so it doesn't come into a 4-3, but I think we'll just stop that weapon from being useful here. They're hovering over it, and then they realize their face is frozen, right? Success! Blood Razor? You're not hovering over that unless it's Blood Razor. Yeah, okay. Okay. Healing Totem still, you know, doing some work here. They can't get their effect off for 2 turns. Sword and Board is reasonable on a 4-2, but if that's one of your 3 cards, you're not having a lot of beef. And this is looking just fine. Winning? 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 Okay, that's a big lord. That's a big lord. Perhaps it wants to be Shadow Word Ruined. Or Hexed, even. A little bit weird to play the Basilisk when this is about to break open. Do I still want to? Dealing 7 to the dome. Could also just ignore this entirely and put this to the dome. I don't think that's right, though. I think we do Ruin. And we'd still play this. Right? Force the weapon into the 0-5 kind of, or whatever, the 0-2, sure. Everything else gets healed anyway. Try to make it so they can't play a big lad. I'm going to play my Ruin over the Hex here to play around Moarg Forge Fiend a little bit more when I'm running out of steam. Moarg Forge Fiend's a pretty common card. There's other Death Rattle effects that I might want to get, even a Cairn, right? Something like that. Where I want the silence effect from Hex to stick around. Sunreaver Spy, nice. Look at these mediocre cards. Love it. Love to see it. Okay, we have 8, we have 12, we have lethal. Wait. We don't quite have lethal, do we? I need you to get out of my way. I'm actually one off. I'm actually one off because I can't kill my board. I need my board to die. Why did you not hit? Why did you not kill this? Right, if I Potion of Madness this and go face, I can just set up the lethal for next turn, I guess. But come on. Come on! Oh, wait a minute. I do have lethal. No! Okay, how much damage is that? 1, 2... So if I go... 8 to the dome, 13... I would need 1 more I can do... But then I can't kill this off, because I give him armor! No way, dude! Get out of town! Oh, that's hilarious. Hex... You know what? I'm just gonna do this. Whatever, man. There might have been... I needed an extra. I needed to figure out that second line first. I needed to figure out that other line first, where you hex and then hog. If I hex this... I had it. I missed lethal, right? I needed to hex the 4/3 and then poison the frog after playing the Hog Rider and then go all face, right, chat? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I must have. I was, I didn't need the... Or did I not have enough board space? Did I need the potion for that line? You know what? I might look back at that. Let me know in the comments. Did I miss lethal there? It would have been... Or did I not have enough board space? Because if I use the poison to kill the... No, if I use the poison to kill the frog after I hex the 4/3, I don't have enough space for a madness and a charge, right? So it's still not there. Not enough board space, living high enough to live high on the hog. Let me know if I screwed it up. Let me know if I didn't. Then you know, if I don't see any comments saying you screwed it up, I'll just assume that it was the perfect play. 1 and 1, going for 2, going to beat our dual class YouTube record. Hunter and Priest, mortal enemies united by a Shaman hero power. I'll keep a Basilisk. Sure, Basilisk into Shade Quill is fine. And this deck just feels so much better than that Rogue from last week. I would say that as far as my own decks go, this is probably in the top 30 to 35%. It's not super great. It's not super great, but it's definitely... It's got some good cards in it, which is just... It's got class cards, it's got spells. You know, crazy. Got a legendary, for crying out loud? That is just whack. Okay, what does a Hunter Shaman do? Nice draw. Don't have to tempo a hog. Florist into Basilisk into Shade Quill seems good. Our opponent is stumped. A porcupine. Let's eat it for breakfast. That's a pretty good draw. Let's go, yeah, it doesn't matter. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. This card is pretty crazy. I mean, it's a card that really can win the game itself. I mean, as long as you have some sort of okay tempo. Just play the big lad and ship it dome. See what they decide to do with the 3/1, if anything. We always have Elven Archer Hogsteed to deal with it if we want. Okay, Fire Plume is fine. they will just ship that dome. So we can make this trade. Elven Archer this. Could even value trade. I think we're just going to play both of these, though. Get even more stats on the board. Ship 3 extra to the dome and keep pushing face. Really tough to gain a board after you get your curve 3 that you coined out. Hit by Galactic Glutton, right? Kind of tough to swing back the game after that. They're going to need a AoE, Lightning Storm. Mayhaps. Witch's Brew. Sweet beans. 4 mana, heal 8. That's not very good. That's not very strong, honestly. Probably just hit this. Love. That's 2 mana Hex. Oh my god. Insane. I'm going to be able to top deck a Spiked Hog Rider, Hex their minion, and play the Hog Rider for lethal or something crazy. So not only, nice, did our opponent, well, never mind. I was going to say not only did our opponent get their Porcupine eaten, but they haven't really been able to do anything. Volcano obviously swings the game around. Another instance of, you know, have AoE, enjoy, you know, having a better time. Don't draft AoE and have a bad time. We have Ruin. I guess that's AoE, kind of. I mean, technically, by definition. All right. Let's get some stats on the board and keep going face. Not much else to do. I need a beefer. Need some beef. So after all that start, it's just going to be AoE might just win the game. Like I've said it, I think I said it in the last video and in this one, it's like, it really seems that up until a certain point, it's, you know, you can get decks that are very neutral, very vanilla, and those naturally will be curve decks that are designed to just get on the board and go face. And with all the AoE that's out there, it makes it a very tough archetype to play when the good decks generally have a lot of AoE. So missing like the value and the like card draw value and other AoE yourself is very, very difficult in this particular meta. So like Volcano could be enough. Okay, pretty good Hex. Pretty good Hex. Pretty good Hex. Not a horrible Hex. And not a horrible top deck either. Go ahead and do this. Maybe I should have just traded the totem first, actually. Taunt. I probably should have kept the taunt alive and traded the totem. Because then they could top deck Living High on the Hog. Okay, that's fine. Pops the Divine Shield, no big deal. Lethal's still set up. They don't even go for the totem to save them. They just let us kill them, so that's kind. We'll take that. 2-1. Our record is broken. Wow. That's those are some results. 2-1, baby. 2-1. Now we start playing the real decks. Who's waiting for us? We're gonna play our extremely exciting Copycat. Right? That'll be fun. Talon Priest and Hogsteed can stay. We've got a Rogue Demon Hunter. Boop, boop. Galactic Glutton? Do you think we win that last game without Galactic Glutton? Like, to be fair, it's not like they developed immediately after the Porcupine. They had to wait for a Volcano anyway. Hey! That's a pretty good card. I think we're going to not coin a 2-3 into a death of a 1 cost. And we'll see if our opponent is wise enough to keep that in stealth or not. 2-1, you never know. Okay, well, I guess I understand 6 damage is a little more impactful than 3. In an AUG meta, right? A meta filled with AUG merchants. If that's their only play, sure. Yeah, 6 to the dome, that's fine. But in an AUG meta, going face with this is usually incorrect on 1, right? If you just have a 2-drop, probably keep it stealth, but obviously that synergy makes it a little more tempting. And we're looking at what's with these rogues? Pretty interesting start here. Spy Mistress into stealth synergy into a very fun hallucination. I mean, they're not developing a lot of tempo, but I'm jealous because it's a fun card. Holy. Okay. Well, nothing we have really matches up well against these 1 costs. I guess we could tempo this. Then they just hero power. Ugh. Yeah, it's probably what it's supposed to be. Spy Mistress is an incredible 1 cost. Look at it, like, just going to be free trading into 3s. Yeah, this is, I told you, we're at 2 wins now, right? So, this card is insane. And now we're sitting here, again, without AoE. As you can see, AoE would be very helpful. We just have no chance here. We just have no chance here. Turn 4. No way. That's awesome. Crazy quality there. I guess Potion of Madness could be something? They could whiff on their next 2 turns, maybe? That's a pretty good Potion of Madness target if we could pull it off one day. Like, right now, off the top, would be swell. Yeah, I'm really good at Hearthstone, so that's no surprise. Okay, that's pretty good. So maybe I want to do you. Yeah, we want to do this. Oh my god, the top deck. Insane. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a pretty big swing. Potion of Madness was well timed there, I think. I think that if we wanted to draw Potion of Madness, that was probably the turn for it. So another way to win in this meta, obviously, same as any meta, is to get extremely lucky. Holy, this deck, though. Very cool. Stealth, look at all the stealth stuff going on here. That makes a value trade. We play the Stormwind value trade face. If we had any nature spells, they would be completely free by now. Alright, maybe 1 Potion of Madness wasn't actually enough, you know? This deck is crazy, man. 2 wins. Let's see some misses here, please. Yeah, okay. Okay, really? Alrighty. That's brutal. Just leaves everything perfectly at 1 health. Okay, let's think here. What's the best play? Could Stormwind and make that trade? Stormwind and push a ton of face? We could Death Freeze? I feel like it's gonna be this. And get rid of that and push 8 to the dome. We've been slightly lucky this game. RNG's is taking a bit of pity on me, maybe. Or maybe it's just an elaborate joke. What else? Oh wait, I'm dead. Was I always just dead? What? Was I always just dead? Did I just leave myself dead on board? Oh my god. RNG's gave me a gift and I slapped him across the face. So... In retrospect, trading would have been the play. Fuck me. In retrospect, trading would have been the play. Does it make me win? From my mind, I make a play that is like the way to win. Forgetting about my own health. Often, your own health is overrated. So if I'm trading off a stat point there, am I winning? I mean, at least I'd have a chance. At least I'd have a chance. You could argue that that was a misplay and I'm an idiot and I got cocky, and that would all probably be pretty accurate there. 2-2 because I'm a dumbass. Next. I think odds are still, like, if we have to trade off that stat, like, are odds in our favor? Are odds in our favor there? Felt like we were out of steam and really needed to push, right? Like, they had cards and we didn't. Gotta get to the 2-loss bracket. That's where we thrive, right? 2-loss bracket is where we thrive. Okay, we get see a copycat. That's fun. Forgot to stay alive last game. It's always embarrassing. You know, I could just not upload this. No one would ever know how dumb I am. I need curve. I guess we just ship this to the dome. It's a little unfortunate, but who knows when we'll need this. We want a curve on turn 2. It's a Bloodfen Raptor with a slight upside. I have regrets. Not really. I don't really have regrets. What was I going to do? Do nothing and just tempo this turn? We'll grab a coin, I'm sure, but it's more important to get a 3-4 on the board, right? Tempo first. They give us coin, and then we get a scribe down early, I bet. Oh. Or they'll give us a Pandaren Importer instead of a coin. We'll take it. I'd argue that's better for us. Stegadon is very weak. What's in the box? Holy Smite could be good right now, but, like, come on. Come on. I'm gonna take Free from Amber. That card is just way too fun. Scribe into Champ into Free from Amber. Stegadon is pretty bad. Giving me the Importer was honestly an interesting choice when you could have given me the coin. And they just haven't been really doing a whole lot. 2-2 bracket. Feeling okay. Strategically planned to be here at 2-2. This has to be a huge play. Because it was so worth... Oh, come on. There was no good result for them. There was no... Okay, you know what? Throwing last game, totally worth it just to see that happen. Come on. I mean, what? It was either that, Ruin, or Free from Amber. They were screwed no matter what. They didn't give me a coin, instead gave me a Pandaren, so that they could coin their unseen saboteur. Oh, that is deeply tragic. Yeah, this deck, our opponent's deck seems to be rather terrible. And plays have been questionable. This is exactly what we needed. They got more bread. They got more bread, and they've board locked me wisely. I can't do anything. I can only deal 14 to the face. 5-head move. And I can play more bread? That's a lot of bread. That's a lot of fresh bread coming our way. Okay, surely I have lethal. Surely I have lethal, and even so in such a way that I don't end up, you know, making a play that causes me to die the next turn. Look at us go. 3 wins. Feels good. Copycat was actually good that game, even though it probably shouldn't have been nearly as good as it was. Didn't get to play the Free from Amber. Our opponent kind of really just didn't do anything. So that really helps. Next. I would guess like 5 wins for this deck normally, I think. So I don't know. Throw a game, go 3? I'd probably guess like 5. In this meta, like I've been saying here. Do you know what's interesting, and I probably absolutely should not say this out loud, but in the last video and in this one, we actually haven't seen Sneeds, which is pretty unrealistic. Pretty, not really telling of the meta, because, you know, it's very, very common to see. Get hogged, son. I'll take a florist off the top. Thank you. Getting pretty good at that. That way I know I have curve coming into here. Wow, my soul shall suffer? That's a very rude thing to say. We're winning 30 to 27. Hex getting that sweet discount. If they want to hero power the 1/1 to protect the double trade on their 2/3, for turn 3 we are very okay with that. So let's just go face here. Looks like they were hovering at a 2/3 into the 2/3. Wonder if they're going to hero power and remove the florist. Probably something we wouldn't mind a ton either, but it does stop us from Talon Priesting successfully. Ah, a Tar Creeper. And decides to just go face. Interesting. Alright. 3 mana, or if we float 1 mana, still a 4 mana 5/6 is very good. Doesn't even give your opponent a coin every time you attack, so let's hope that this 2/6 stays healthy. Very cool. Tar Creeper into Tolvir. Typical. We love to see that. Could do double 2s. Might actually just be better. It probably is. Probably just this. Hex. Weapon. Could do this first, but that Divine Shield's not going anywhere. Bump the Divine Shield. 1 mana Hex. Okay, let's get the stats while we know we can. And probably just do that then. That seems acceptable. One mana Hex, oh my god. 1 mana turn a minion into a frog? It's pretty good. We're gonna be glad we saved this Hex when they throw down a big beefer later on. That's a big beefer. That's just as big as my beefer. Good heavens. I worked so hard for this. Alright, I better use the Hex. I'd at best use the Hex. Just hit the highest statted thing here. Don't think I'm using Ruin and doing a 1-for-1, right? Now it's gotta be you. And I think it's gotta be, there's a couple things to do here. It's probably this. Doesn't look super good here. But our opponent doesn't have too many cards either, and the board is somewhat even. Let's see if we can top deck some nice cards.
You got the wrong guy, pal.
Okay. Okay, real tempo struggle for both of us here. Show me what you've got. What are we doing here? A nice frozen Shadow Weaver. That's fine. Double Flame Imp. You're gonna kill yourself. Another Tar Creeper. Neat. Seems like our opponent has some very good tempo cards, right? Flame Imps are good. Tar Creepers are good. Servant's fine. It's acceptable. Power of the Wild's good. And then everything else was even a little bit better than just, like, good. But it's just, you know, there's... I'm looking at their deck and thinking, yeah, if that's all you have is just, like, some good curve, you have no chance in this meta, right? So it makes sense to see this opponent at 3 and 2, I think, here, despite like what seems to be just fine curve pieces. Okay. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Slam the Florist. Might just be, if we see the same kind of thing coming down from our opponent here, just like some alright curve stuff, our Alistraza could make all the difference. Going Dome with the 3-3. Chipping it to the face. What is the meaning of this? Okay, top deck is a Potion of Madness. A Potion of Madness, you say? I think we want to see... that's tough. We're going to die again. I got to remember that low health means I'm going to die. That's a tricky thing to remember all the time. Let's do this first. Okay. I'm not prepared. I don't know. Don't want to know what's inside. If there's a Mukla inside there and I could have killed it with Ruin, I'll be sad, but I'm coming to the Alex to kill something large. If need be. These are too hefty for my Potion of Madness. Okay, that's a potion. That's a fine potion. This is pretty interesting. If I just did this in potion instead. Because one, I could hit a big beefer on their side with Alex instead of healing her own face. And two, they really only have limited options from Copycat. This is becoming nearly impossible to play around. I think I do want to just do this. Get another totem on the board. And see what they come up with here. Alex, maybe a good Alex target that's a little heftier. Or maybe now we're just far enough ahead that we can heal our own face and be okay. We get a Cairn. Interesting. I might have chosen to give us the Jeweler over the Cairn. If I were them. But it's, you know, it's whatever. That's a nice draw. Maybe they have some sweet spells that they're going to hit my face with for lethal and they don't want me blocking it. Strength Totem, City Architect, the Synergy. Unreal. Okay, a double thwack, of course. Thrive in the Shadows can get me death. Gotta be careful I don't go killing myself here. Death trade. I think I'm gonna be greedy with this. I don't even know if it's greedy or just like right. Right? Like we can just have lethal with this one day. And by one day I mean next turn. I need to see some more Marsh spawns too. I'd love to discover some pre-spells. Okay, looking for an answer. Lethal is on board. They have to hero power just to get away from that. And then it's Alex to the Dome. Drafted Nerubian Unraveler. Don't see that too often. Could be from a constructed player. Now we'll show them that we had a lethal top deck, but then we'll also show them we have the big, better Elven Archer. What is this but just a glorified Elven Archer, right? GG, 4 wins. Hey, that's not too shabby. And I think this deck, again, I said I'd guess 5 as like a solid run for this. So getting to 4, you know, you really got to change your perspective on what's a good run in different metas. And I think that this meta is one where you're much happier to see a 4 or a 5 than in some metas. So I'm, you know, we get to 4, that's great. We'll see if we can't find some more fun with like Marspawn. Even after I kind of threw the one game too. I think that was totally worth it though after our next game. Alright, good stuff. Going for 5. Alrighty, here we go. What do we got waiting for us? Defias Leper? Full toss for an easy Potion of Madness? I may own luck. Me too. Top deck and Potion of Madnesses and stuff. Boop, boop, boop. Shadow? Shadow? Hey, that's a shadow spell. Sure, that works. That works. Is it... What was that? Did you see that? Was there an arrow on Valera's face there? Why? That was weird. What the heck was that all about? Okay, probably not coining when I don't have any 3s or 4s or 5s. So let's just hold up and see what they do. Maybe they play a 3-2? Defias loves that. Defias loves it. Alright, so I'm assuming they bump hero power and then pass because they don't have another 2-drop, and then we come in with the Defias. And that's, you know, that's exciting. Okay. Could consider killing this as well, but it's pretty similar. Yeah, easy bump for them. We probably leave the 4-1, and actually at this rate we're hexing this. Oh! Do I want to do that? If I hex, I'm always going to have this next turn. Ugh. Maybe I do this. Don't think I want to play the coin yet. I think I'm just going to turn that into a frog and then come into this into the 1-2. Which, you know, doesn't look super good here either. Hallucination. Man, every rogue has hallucination. I love it. I love it. What are we finding? Death Knights, maybe? Potion? I like to top deck Potion when I see that, if that's not a problem. Didn't work this time. It's a pretty good draw, though. Get that out of here and throw down the Basilisk. Seems acceptable. It doesn't seem like it. I don't know. I mean, if watching this deck gives you the same feelings as I have when I'm playing it, then we're kind of all thinking, hey, this deck isn't really that good, and it's not really doing a whole lot. Because that's kind of what I'm feeling right now. Yeah, not really doing a whole lot. I could kill off my own elemental. I got to do this, right? And let them trade there. Not really much else to do. Oh! Okay, at least our opponent is providing content for me, right? That's the thing with dual class right now, and doing YouTube exclusive runs, that I'm not, like, tutoring. Like, I'm not, like, I'm not, like, taking multiple attempts at interesting runs. Which, if the meta were to stay like this for a while, I'd probably have to switch it up and do that. At least my opponent is coming in with fun stuff. Let's see what they have. Because I'm unable to produce that myself. Let's go. Director, show me some juice. Give me that sweet, sweet content. Thank you so much. Let's see them. Well, what are they? Fun cards. Big cards. Legendaries. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And the other one was just a 1-drop anyway. That's pretty solid, honestly. Gonna have to ruin that at some point. I'm sure they'll kill this off. Actually, I'm not so sure. They might just kill my face. Okay, then. Do I need Architect? I shouldn't need it right now. I probably want to encourage them to kill off the stuff and use all their resources before I do that, and then top deck? Oh, I don't know. That's tough. Probably just this. Maybe I'll mix in a hero power. I only have 4 damage. They're going to look to trade off the 1/1 for sure. Get their 7, and we'll see what else they can do, whether we actually need a ruin here. We might just leave the 7/5 and just have more stats than them and be fine. ruin. Ruin, ruin, ruin. Oh, ruin. Oh, ruin. Haha. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, baby. Do you know what's hilarious here? Is it might actually be the play to Shadow, to Potion of Madness the Frog. Which is pretty hilarious. I mean, you could always Potion of Madness the 1/1, I guess, and just kill it, and that's better, actually, isn't it? Because it'd be 8/6 into here, 6/4 into the 2, and then ruin, and just leave them, you know, take away this and this, because we're gonna die. Kill off your own stuff, but it might just be necessary.
Death is not my goal.
Yeah, that seems like our best option here. And our opponent has 2 cards to our 1. We have a few more stats on the board. Let's see what they have. Woo! That's not very good. That is normally pretty good, but not necessarily right here. Underbelly Fence, often active during dual class. All right, this is winnable. This is winnable. I need to make room. I need to make room. Out of my way. Easy. Look at all those stats. All right. All right. Invigorating gameplay. We are ahead. Another hallucination. So cool. Now what? Great. Great. Hallucination, dude. Give me a good card then. Thank you. If you get that, I get this, okay? It's only fair. Big Lord Tones. Right? You did this to yourself. You can't just Dragonfire me like that and expect me not to top deck very, very well. Look at that easy clear with the Totem or the top deck Death or Thrive. This is where I'd love to see a Copycat. Do I just save this? I'm just gonna do this. That seems good. This is where we top deck Copycat and then they top deck like something insane and they can never play it. We laugh. We chuckle. We win. 6 health is not a lot of health. Do I still want to really save the Glutton for the top deck of a beast? I could eat this. I think I'm gonna. I don't think the hero power they take 6. There's a lot of beasts. It's like, is a 2/3 gonna win me the game? It's close. I think I'm gonna chill with it, and let's reward me. Show me that nesting, 3rd nesting. Okay, definitely clearing the 6th one, of course. Ooh, ouch, that hurts. That hurts. And you know what? We would still be... Okay, I can roll a taunt. 50-50 to live. Yeah. Okay. Alive. I didn't. If I would have had this on the board, I could have full traded there. But they still get hero powers in the face, and I have no stats, right? So it's interesting. Now, if they trade here and hero power the 1, we have lethal even without this. What beasts have Tunt? Not many, right? I should probably just get the 1 extra power now. Pushing for lethal. Nesting can't be triggered. Okay. What's the top deck? That was a pretty good Dragonfire potion from Hallucination, but not enough, right? Because they never top deck damage here. They need 2 of it. Who draws 2 damage? Not the director. Let's go. 5 wins. This deck is just nuts. Let's go. Oh man, I wonder what record they were at. Whether they were, you know, I mean that's a pretty good result for them as well. That wasn't really the greatest deck. Maybe a little lucky with some of these matchups. Like seriously, I've been getting hit by like at 2-2 the other day. I got hit by Ysera and Sneeds. At 2-2 before that, I got hit by 3 deep runs into 2 Sneeds. Like I feel like even though the results are not super great for these dual class videos, I think we've actually been getting quite lucky overall with matchups. Phrasing. Defias, Thrive, Shadow Weaver. Seems good. Sure, let's keep it. Sure. Alright, I did predict 5 wins. Let's see if that prediction comes true, if we can go for infinite here. Is this an infinite deck? I don't know, it could be. It depends on the draw big time, right? Like, we've got a couple game changers in Talon Priest, Shade Quill, potentially Galactic Glutton, and potentially... Where are you? Marspawn? Oof. Yeah, that card's better than the ones I listed. Hitting 5 things. Alright, well, let's freeze that and set up a value trade. They play a big V5th. We hex it, then play Marspawn. Every time, easy peasy. We got Shadow Ruin and Death in here. Okay. I could take Potion here. How do I feel about that? Not super great. Potion the 2/2? Just leave a 3/2? Like, that's not really winning against a Bananaman. I could just double trade here. And throw this down. That's probably better. That's probably better. They give me a 4 mana beefeth for me to hex. Okay, okay. Okay, not a beefeth. Not a beefeth, but this is a better potion. So maybe I get a 2-drop, maybe like a Jade Claws or a Hog. Copycat. Doesn't really work here. Oh, blah, blah. Okay. If I got a 1/1, I think I still probably make the same trade. I think it's more about taking away power coming into the mid to late game. They have ping hero power anyway. What else? A lot of stats over here. Alright, they hit a dragon. Good. We love random dragons this meta, right? Maybe just cut to Ysera now? Save us all some time, or... No, just kidding. They never get Ysera. Marspawn, what do you have for me? Well, those are dog shit. So... Maybe that will somehow work? So not a single person has played correctly around this card yet. So let's see if phrasing gives me something that's not necessarily premium here. Yeah, that seems probably correct. That seems fine. A lot of trades going on here. So what are you coming in with? Okay, that's not super good. Let's just play our 7. Hex, Death, and Embrace Darkness. Just need some extra beef. Oh, no. Alright, we just grab the 6/6, I guess. Instead of Death, right? Or Hex, we just go like this. And make sure we're getting this. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. as we have answers to other big beefiths like Moarg Forge Fiend. That card's pretty good. That card's pretty good. But, you know, we're getting this, and we have the Hex on this if we'd like. Weapon, this, so we're taking the board back. The draw, insane. The stats are ours. We're winning. We're winning the game. Look at us go. Don't really have much in hand. Maybe one of those cards in this block of cards up here, like a Bone Mare or an Alex. That can be deft. It can still be deft. Nash to the Dome. It's Alistraza. Random Alistraza, and we lose. There we go. That's more like the arena experience. You know, we haven't seen these random Ysera's, random Dragons for Lethal, random Sneeds as much, because we've been at pretty low wins, I guess, but that's more like it. And it's Alex, right? There's no way. Nash always comes into this unless you have Lethal when, right? Come on. Come on. What was that from? Evil Cable Rat. Evil Cable Rat decided it wanted to win the game here, right? Or twas it a bluff? Or twas it a bluff? There's no way, right? There's no way you're gnashing face there without Alex. Like, I you know? All right, well, this game, so I think that between these two runs, and I'm skeptical of whether I'm going to do a third dual class just because the meta is pretty bad. This is a really nice, you know, kind of like summary of how I've been playing and how the meta has felt. It really feels like you need to just like randomly generate. Actually, I actually had a tweet about this just a little bit ago about how I think most games are decided by randomly generated power cards. Most of that is Sneeds, and then the dragon pool is ridiculous as well. And it looks like that's a win, right? Without a random dragon, Cable Rat into dragon into win. There's a mild example, honestly, but it's kind of like what it has been in the arena. 5 wins, great run, kind of what I expected. We get obliterated by the random Alex, but you know, we didn't get hit by a single Sneeds, so. You know, you take that. This run could easily go 2 or 3 if you run into like 2 people with a deep run. We threw a game, so that doesn't help. I feel like we still, honestly, were losing that game by a bit, but all right, 5 wins seems okay. Literally, as I was recording this run, I saw Dreads go live on Twitch and say, "Is arena fixed soon?" was the caption as he went live. So clearly a tell that it's not just. You know, this isn't just me. This is kind of what I think most creators and probably players are feeling. So I'm gonna guess that the first week of solo class was, for you guys was, because it's already happened, was not great either. I'm gonna guess it's still gonna be Sneed City, and it's gonna be power cards taking over. But after that, they will probably do adjustments about after a week. So about now, they'll probably be doing adjustments. And I'm hoping that after that, we can get some better arena coming in than we've had in a good month to 2 months. Fingers crossed. Because it's been, between the Warlock Warrior meta that we previously had and this one, it has been, in my opinion, the 2 worst metas we've had in a good year to year and a half. I know some other content creators were saying it was as bad as, almost as bad as when Demon Hunter was 65% win rate when it first came out. What you gonna do? Thank you very much for watching. If you're enjoying, again, the series altogether, you know, it's a compilation of the good runs and the bad runs. Please do hit that thumbs up button and that subscribe button. My whole career is based on clicks and numbers, so it really does me a great benefit if you hit those 2. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Once again, fingers crossed. We'll see you next time.
My name is Judge.
Whose name is Judge?
My name is.
Whose name is Judge?
My name is
That's a silly name.
Judge.
Okay, that's enough.